Hey, hi guys. It is week 15 post-op. Um, so things are going great still. Really no issues. The only issue is the same that I've had. And I'll still keep on having those probably until the 6 month mark when I can go in and get my teeth. Um, they can realign them so that there's less gaps and stuff. But other than that, I'm not thinking there's any problems. Um, I mean, I talk okay until I clean my teeth, and then I have more problems because the gaps are bigger. Um, and then I still have problems with my D's, and so I have to go slow on those. Even though I am watching where place my tongue, I still have to go pretty slow. It depends on what word I'm saying with the D sound. Otherwise, all the other letters are fine. Um, I can say, like I said, I can say, I guess I do this because it's fun. Um, yeah, because I can say the TH sound, in the word, this, that, things like that. But if I make the TH sound by itself, I get the um, bubble up here. And I'm not. It's so funny because you know how kids blow raspberries, you know, blowing raspberries. This is blowing THs, and it's coming through my gap up here. Even though guys can't see a gap, but there is a gap there, and it's coming through that. So yeah, until I get that fixed, which it will be, I don't worry about it at all. I still have some tenderness around down here still. I'm expecting that could. I've heard people say that it could take a year until that's gone. Again, up here is pretty much good. If I press on it, I can it seems like I kind of feel the implants, that there's something there, but they're good. Um, yeah, otherwise, everything's going great. I'm eating great, too great, as we talked about last time. Yeah, I'm eating way too great. I have to stop experimenting with food and stuff and get back to where I was, on my eating habits and eating healthier instead of all the fun junk food I've been having. Um, so, besides that, everything is great. So, this week I decided that I've had so many people ask, what do you take when it's your turn to go to Golpa and to have your surgery? And I have it on some of my videos. Um, when I first was getting ready to go, I have a video that talks about supplies that I was taking with me. And it's not marked as supplies. So I decided that I'm going to do a video just on supplies and market that so that you that want to know what supplies to take can just find the video very easy. Um, so that's what we're going to do today is go over supplies. There's not a whole lot you need to take with you. There really is not. The things that I say, some are great to take, others you don't need to, some you keep home for a while, but I'll go over some of these things that you should get. Um, but otherwise, yeah, there was not a whole lot that I did take. And was there anything that I did not take that I wish I would have? The only thing would be headphones. That's the only thing. And you really don't need them anyways. And I'll explain that a little bit later when we get into that part of it. But otherwise, yeah, I don't think, I think I was pretty prepared for what I had, what was going on. Some people take a lot of stuff. And guys, you don't need to. Don't, you're only going to be there a couple of days, so don't pack a huge bag. Just pack change of clothes for 2 days. If you're going to be there 3 days, 3 days then. Um, so, okay, let's get into some of this. Okay, we'll start. So, like for clothing, like I said, pack 2 or 3 days, however long you're staying. And then pack an extra shirt just in case. Some people do not bleed. Some people bleed a little afterwards, and some people bleed a lot, which I was one of those. The bleeding a lot is not a big deal, guys. It's not a big deal. You think that it is, you would be, if you saw me, you would be afraid. You know, that's one of the reasons we did not videotape it. And I kind of wish we would have now, you know, and then put a warning on there. But it's really, really not bad. It's not bad at all. Um, so there's a couple things um, that you want. So if you do bleed, especially if you're bleeding bad like I was, and they were not really concerned, but yet it's like, okay, well, you're probably going to bleed for a while. So they gave me this, it's a clotting, quick clotting is what it is. And so this is what they gave me, and they gave me two of them. And he was saying that it contains um, bone powder, is what it does. And so it's just supposed to clot up really, really fast. For me, I used it quite a bit, and it seemed like it just did not help. They put some before I left the office, and then I reapplied it when I got to the hotel. Um, I was not pleased with it at all. It just, I continued to bleed. I had large clots. And I mean, when I mean large, I mean large clots that were coming out. Um, yeah, did not care. So, one thing to have on hand that is good is, I mean, you can buy that at the store, so you can have that. But also, I recommend black tea. Okay, so buy a box of black tea in the tea bags to have on hand. That is excellent for stopping bleeding. So even if you have a minimum of bleeding, minimal, you can use that. Or if you have a lot, you can use that. All you have to do is get the tea bag wet. It does not have to seep. You don't want it seeping. You don't need to put it in hot water or anything. Just get it wet. Place it on your gums, wherever. And what I would do is I would fold it in half so that I've noticed if it was flat, I still couldn't bite down as well. And I think part of that could be the implants sticking out, the embedment sticking out or whatever. I don't know. But as long as I folded that in half, and sometimes I would put two on, folded in half, and then bite down on that. And that seemed to really help. You have to realize that, of course, when you have this bleeding, you're also going to be drooling a lot. And whether you bleed or not, you're going to drool a lot. I mean, a lot. Oh my goodness. I was shocked with how much drool came out of my mouth. And so, a lot of times, you always are walking around with something to wipe. And your body will get used to that. So don't worry about that either. But when you do drool and stuff, realize that the brown that you're seeing is the tea. It is not the blood or anything. The blood will either be red, or if it's stopped, you're not going to see it. But if you're still using the tea bags, you're going to see brown drool, and that's the tea bag. Um, so use it as often as you want, you know. I would keep it there until I had a lot of clots in my mouth. I would spit out the clots, or, well, wipe them out, because you don't want to spit at all. And then I would put fresh tea bags back in my mouth. Um, so, tea, black tea, is for to help with your bleeding. Also, if you want to get this um, Clarox or whatever it's called, you can get that also, and that should be in the stores. If not, if you're bleeding after, just ask the office for that some, and they'll give you some. What you want to also have is, of course, your ice. I bought this on Amazon, and I'll have links below on the ones that I bought. This is a head wrap. And so you put two of the ice packs. I don't know where my ice packs are right now. But you put two of the ice packs in these pockets. And then you just wrap it around your head. That way, your hands are free. You can do whatever you want. Read a book, watch TV, go to sleep. And your ice packs will be on your cheeks and under your chin. This was really good. Really, really good. I had problems just because we did not have a fridge or a freezer, and so we had a hard time keeping the packs frozen. This one that I bought comes with four, so you can rotate, two in the freezer, two on you. But if you're traveling and you buy this before you travel, of course, make sure you freeze it solid. Those packs need to be frozen solid. Otherwise, they will have you throw it away. They threw two of mine away, and two were so-called hidden under my clothes, and I don't remember if I did that on purpose or not, because I had no idea they had to be frozen. So two of them got through, thank goodness, and then two were thrown away. So if you use this, you take it with you on the plane, freeze the packs and make sure they're solid, frozen solid, before you go. Okay? Then you want your pillow. Your pillow. After surgery, you do not want to sleep laying down. You will become more swollen and bruised. So you want to make sure you sleep elevated. You want to do this for at least 3 to 5 days is what you want to do. If you have no swelling, which some people are lucky, I would do it for a day or two. And if you still have no swelling, then go ahead and slowly decline your elevation. Otherwise, um, I know I've said it before. I say a lot because I'm always thinking as I'm talking. So, like with me, I had a lot of swelling and bruising, and I think I kept mine for 5 days. I slept elevated, so I had three pillows, and then I had my neck pillow, and I used that for about 5 days, and then gradually I took out a pillow, and kept it that way for a couple of days, and then took out another one. So I think by the time I was 2 weeks, I was finally down to just the one pillow that I use. But I really, really like your airplane neck pillow. I like these because with this, you put them on, and then your head's not gonna fall down and go to the side or anything. Plus, you don't want to lay on the side of your cheeks. So you want to make sure that your head stays straight, because after having extractions, It's the last thing you want to do is lay on that side all night, and then it's going to be extremely sore or swollen or bruised because of that. So those neck pillows, the airplane neck pillows, are wonderful. That I would highly, highly suggest. And like I said, use that for your 5 days, um, and then slowly decrease it. I loved using it at home when I got home and stuff because, like I said, it kept me from, I'm a side sleeper, so I sleep on the side of my face. And a lot of times I have problems with my one eye because when I sleep, which isn't that much, but when I do sleep, I'm out pretty good. And I'll wake up and my eyes all nasty because I don't move at night. Um, so this was really good to use to make sure that I stayed with my head straight and not on the side, laying on it. So of course that's a very big must. Um, what is next? Okay, of course, pain meds. We've talked about, I have a video just on pain meds because I had a lot of people that wanted to know what I did. Um, because I have told people over and over, and like I said, I've been called a liar plenty of times because people don't believe me. But even though I bruised and I swelled up really, really bad, again, I had no pain. No pain from the start to the finish, no pain at all. And I truly, truly believe it's because of the regimen I use for pain. So if you're going to use pain meds, and I didn't use any of theirs, I didn't use the 800 ibuprofen or 800 milligrams of Tylenol that they gave me. I did not use that. I used my own. And I did not use a prescription um, that they gave me. I didn't even fill it because I didn't want any of that. I knew this was going to work. Like I said before, when I had my natural teeth, I got 4 root canals at one time. And I've heard horror stories about root canals. I did not feel any pain at all with those root canals doing this regimen. And I truly, truly believe in it. And so I decided to do it again with this, and I know that that's what worked. It worked. And so you guys do what you want, but I'm just here to let you know that this works the way that I have it. If you're interested in it, look at my other video that says pain med. Okay? So you have Tylenol, and then you have, I don't have the bottle, but you have Advil. They're both 800 milligrams. On the other video I have on how often you take it and how you rotate it and stuff. If you do that, you want to make sure that you take with you your um, pain med schedule because you want to make sure you mark it down and you keep track. You have to keep track of the pain meds and how long in between each one and which one is next. Because you're always rotating Tylenol one, Advil the other, and back to Tylenol. And you continue that throughout the night even. I did this for a week and a half. And like I said, no pain at all. No tightness, none of that sensation that people have. I had none of it. And I know it's because of this regimen that I did. You have to do, if you're going to do this, you have to do both the Tylenol and the ibuprofen, which I use Advil. So it works. Okay, next thing, squirt bottle. You can have whatever. I just found this in the fridge. But you want a squirt bottle, not a straw. You do not use a straw at all. Not until your stitches come out do you want to use a straw. You want a squirt bottle this way because that first night you're going to be so numb. You're still numbed up because of the shots and stuff. It's condensation. And so you want to take it and just squirt the water in your mouth, is what you want to do. You don't want to suck on it or anything. You just want to squirt. You can use something like this. You can use like a bottle you can buy at the store for ketchup or something, or condiments. Anything that has a tip on it that you can just squirt in your mouth would work. That is a real must to have. You can, of course, water in it, but you can also put your protein drink in it, which is really good the first night. Some people don't eat. I could not eat at all. I could barely drink with all the bleeding that I was doing. And so to take my meds, I had to drink something, and that squirt bottle worked really, really well. The next day, of course, I used, I put a protein drink in it, and it worked great. So that is another must that you should use. Um, for surgery, wear comfy clothes. You don't want to, that day of surgery, you don't want to dress up or anything. Don't worry about your makeup. Don't worry about your hair. None of that stuff. Just go, natural, very natural. Wear comfortable clothes. It's good to either, if you have long sleeves, to either have the sleeves that you can pull up really easy, and you want it really far because they're going to put the blood pressure cuff on you, and plus your IV, or wear short sleeves is the best thing to do. But yeah, just wear comfy clothes. The next day, that's when you want to dress up. Dress up, put on your makeup for those that wear makeup, do your hair, shave, for the men, get all fancy and stuff, because then you're getting your new teeth, your new smile, and you want to look your best because your smile is going to shine. And so you want to play the part and look your best. You're going to feel great when you see that smile. So that's when you can dress up, but don't do it beforehand. Like I said, take an extra shirt with you just in case. With if you do have bleeding or just drooling in itself, you might get some on you at the hotel. So make sure you at least have an extra shirt to change into. Um, what else? Food. I'm pretty sure they give you some stuff. I know they did with me. And so I got like protein drinks, I got some mashed potatoes, some macaroni and cheese, easy stuff to eat, you know. And again, for me, because of the bleeding, I did not eat that first night, but afterwards I did. Um, the first night with my teeth, like I said, I had pizza and I ate fried mushrooms, and it was all great and dandy. But after that, I went to soft foods for 2 weeks until my stitches came out. Just because, not because I couldn't eat, just because I lost some molars, one molar on each side, top and bottom. And because of that, I was so used to throwing my food all the way in the back to chew, and now I didn't have those molars anymore. And so with the stitches in the back, it would hurt. It would hurt. And so I just, yeah, decided to stay with soft food until um, all the stitches were out. And then I ate whatever I wanted. So one thing I found that was really nice, going through the airport was wonderful because I had to eat at the airport, and I didn't want to, I was not used to eating, and so I didn't want to eat in front of people because when you're first, guys, it is so funny. When you're first eating, you don't know where your mouth is because you don't feel it. You don't feel your teeth. And so you have no idea. So you're kind of playing around trying to find where to put the food, or if you have silverware, where to put the silverware. And so you're just kind of all over the place. Like I told some people will get a mirror and will practice eating in front of a mirror. Within time, you will learn. Nowadays, I know exactly where my teeth are, where the mouth, of course, where the mouth is, but I can put things in my mouth and bite. Whereas before, I would try to put it in my mouth and my teeth were in the way because I couldn't feel them. So, the first little bit, you don't want to eat in front of other people. You're going to look like a fool, probably. And so, these little packs that a lot of times you see babies eat, they also make them for adults. These are wonderful. Really, really great. I love using these at the airport when I was traveling because we had a layover for a while. And again, just like the water bottles, you just squirt them in your mouth. You don't suck on them. You don't do nothing. Just squirt and you're good. Squirt and swallow. Um, for those that want to eat soft foods until their stitches come out, or if you've had like a bone graft or you have soft bones and your dentist have told you do not eat for a certain amount of time, you know, some might not be able to eat for 3 or 4 months, except for soft food. So for soft foods, a lot of times you have at the beginning, you have like your mashed potatoes, you have your um, mac and cheese, your soups, things like that. Basically, the rule of thumb is if you can cut it with a plastic fork, not a regular fork, but a plastic fork, then it's soft enough to eat, that you can eat it. So always remember that. If you're doing soft foods, if you can cut it with a plastic fork, then it's okay. Um, during that week or 2 weeks, one thing that um, yeah, I kind of got tired of is when I would like eat scrambled eggs or um, rice, or there was certain foods that it would just get all over my mouth, and it was hard to clean because I wasn't water picking yet. And so just swishing was hard to clean. So a lot of those foods I kind of stayed away from until I was able to start water picking, which was about week 2.5, 3 weeks when I started that. Once the stitches came out, about 2 weeks. And then I was able to eat those foods, and really clean my mouth and stuff. But otherwise, yeah, it was just hard. One thing that's the other thing that I did not have on my list, salt. You want to take salt with you. I took pink salt. You can take what's called dirty salt, Orsa. Um, you really, really want to stay away from the table salt and use a healthier stuff. But take salt with you, just a little baggie of it. And as soon as you get to the hotel, you want to start doing salt rinses. What you're going to do is, I think they will tell you how much. And I can't really remember because I just poured some in with some water. I don't like salt rinses at all. I hate salt. I don't like a lot of salty food. Um, so yeah, go with what they say on how much, and you'll learn, yourself on how you feel and what's good. But what you want to do is mix your salt in your water, take some, pour some in your mouth. Do not swish. Do not swish your water. You want to just pour some in and shake your head and then let it go back and forth, and it will clean. Especially if you ate, it will clean. It's not just for cleaning, but it's for um, healing your gums, is what it's also doing, and making sure you don't get infections. And so swish back and forth, and then open your mouth and let it drain out. Do not spit. You do not want to cause dry socket. So make sure you do not swish, you do not spit until basically about after the first week, 7 days, and then you can, because then by that time your sutures are healed up, um and your, well, the gums are healed up, or and your sutures are starting to come out between week 1 to 2. And so after that it's fine, but don't do it before 7 days. You know, that's a big thing you do not want to do. Do not get dry socket, because then, from what I have heard, that's one of the worst pains you will ever experience. And let's stay away from that. So make sure you shake your head back and forth and then let it drain out, by opening your mouth, is what you want to do for salt water. Okay, the next thing is, oh, you want to take um, arnica cream. There's different kinds that you can get. They all work basically the same. There's a cream, there's a gel, there's a pill or pellets. Um, I took the pellets because they gave some to me at the office, and then I had the cream when I got home. So you want to start using, a lot of people start using this like a week before their surgery, and they start just rubbing it all over their face. And then afterwards, continue to put it on quite often. It has directions on how to use it, and it helps with the bruising and the swelling. Um, so yeah, so this is, I would say this is a must also. You can get this like at, I think, Walmart, Walgreens, Amazon. I get all my stuff at Amazon. So you want that. Um, we did the ice packs. We did the, oh, electronics. You want to take something with you. You know, basically, you don't know how you're going to feel when you get there after your surgery. Um, on TV, maybe your hotel is not going to have a whole lot on TV and you get bored. So take some kind of electronics with you, either a computer or an iPad or something that you can keep yourself entertained while you're at the hotel. Um, and of course, for those of you that are on the Facebook pages, you want to update everybody, on how you're doing. Everybody's always concerned about you, so you want to make sure you update people. So yeah, so take one of those, and it helps. If you want to take a book, take a book, to read. I just basically, that first night, because I was so busy, maintaining my, yeah, the blood and everything, I watched TV the whole time. Um, so do that. And that's basically about all you need to take with you. You don't really need to take anything else. They will give you a little packet of things, One thing that they will give you is the floss, this kind of floss. This I do not recommend at the beginning at all. You do not want to floss. This is becoming long, I know, this video, and I need to um, end it soon. But this kind of floss I would not recommend until maybe a month out, when the swelling is totally gone from your gums. At the beginning, when you can start to floss, and you don't want to start to floss until your stitches are all out. Water picking, 7 days. So on the 7th day, you can start water picking at your lowest. And then for water picking, I just use the regular tip. A lot of people like this tip here that is for implants. And I call it my candy cane tip because it looks like a candy cane because it's curved. I'm sorry, but I don't like it. I do not like it. Um, but a lot of people do. The reason I don't like it is because I would use my regular tip for the front because it's really easy to use your regular tip. And I would try the candy cane for behind because it's supposed to be really good for behind to get all the food out. But a lot of times what would happen, it would get caught between my bridge and my gums. And if you're not careful, it causes pain because you pull. And so for that reason, I don't like it. I use my regular tip. For me, I use my regular tip in the back. And the way that I angle it gets all the food out. I have done a test on the same kind of foods that I would eat, and I would use the candy cane tip, and then I would eat the same thing and use the regular tip. And guys, it got the same amount of food out. There was no difference. This, for me, did not make a difference. So it's up to you. A lot of people use this. I bought this again on Amazon, but a lot of people use the candy cane. So it's up to you whether you want to or not. On my Facebook group, I will at some point have the candy cane tips for a giveaway, just to let you know. Because I bought too many, and since I don't use it, you guys can use it if you want. But yeah, so just try them out. Try this out. Try the regular tips. I'm all for the regular tips for the whole mouth, and I feel like it comes out really well. So with flossing, again, back to flossing, you don't want, so water pick is not until at least 7 days, one whole week after surgery. Then you can water pick on your lowest and slowly bring it up to your comfort level. After that, do not floss again until all your stitches are out, which they will fall out, especially with the water pick, they will fall out. Mine was 2 weeks, but even at 2 weeks, it was really hard to do. And it kind of was, my gums were still sore. So I did not floss until week 3. And that's when I started flossing. Again, I tried this, and this was painful. So I don't recommend using this that they give you until your swelling goes down and you start to have the gaps. So before that, I would use the Super Floss is what I would use. I love the Super Floss. It's thinner and it gets in between a lot easier. Again, I have a video on there that is just for flossing. So go ahead and look it up and watch the flossing video on how to do it, because there's tips on there and stuff on how to do it. And so I like this one. After, I don't know, 2 months or so, my gaps became so big. And you can't, when I say so big, I don't mean that, oh my goodness, everybody sees them. You really can't see them unless you're really, really looking. But for me, they were too big. And so I felt like the Super Floss was not cleaning well enough. So I went back and I bought some more of this floss here, the Proxy Soft. And right now I'm using this. And I will probably use this one until my 6-month appointment. And then I will go back to the Super Floss after that when, my gaps are closed up a lot more. So that's what you have there. Also, you don't need until you get home, but your toothbrush, you will get a toothbrush from them that's very soft. And so you want to use that. But I have found this one here, which is an ultra soft toothbrush on Amazon. And they were really cheap. And this has, does it say somewhere, like 1,000 bristles? Guys, this is wild. I don't know if you can see this or not very well. But it looks like it's just a foam head. But it's not. These are all bristles. this toothbrush is so, so soft, guys. Oh my goodness. It's softer than the pink ones they give you at the dentist office. This is really soft. And I just started using this week, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And so I'm going to be using these from now on. Because you don't want a toothbrush that is hard at all. Because you don't want to be scraping your teeth up, your bridges. So you want something soft is what you want when you brush your teeth or you brush your gums. Wonderful. That, of course, is not until you get home. These are some things. When you get home, again, I have gone over this. I also have bought these tiny brushes, interdental brushes is what I have bought. And they're just little brushes. So yeah, they have little bristles on them. And so these, a lot of times I will use by my implants to brush. And then sometimes with water picking and with flossing, I still might see some food. And so I'll just take it and get it out with this. Also, sometimes I'll just go and clean in between my teeth if I have food there. Because it seems like when I eat, I always do have food in between my teeth like that. And you can't suck it out like regular teeth because in the back, it's solid. So I keep a couple of these brushes in the car, in my purse. So when I'm out eating at restaurants and stuff, these are things that I use so that I can quickly, when I'm eating at a restaurant, again, all I do is just drink some water, swish it around in my mouth, because I can swish now, swish it around, and then just swallow it because it's food that you just ate. So that's what I do when I'm out, because you want to keep your mouth clean. Your mouth will gather food all along the top and the bottom, and then sometimes in your teeth. And so in your teeth, when food gets kind of caught in between, you want to just quickly rip it out and clean them. You can easily do that in the bathroom or in your car with me or something. Just some little hints. And then, of course, the last thing that I can think of at this point is the implant cleaner. This is wonderful. I love this. I use this about twice a day, morning and night is what I use this for, and it cleans really well. It gets 99.99999% of the bacteria. And so I feel like this cleans around the implants and stuff really well. And that's what I like. It's a foam. You just either put it on your brush and brush with it, or what I do, I squirt 2 or 3 pumps in my mouth. I swish it around for a minute, and then I brush my teeth with it. With what's in my mouth, and then spit it out, and then rinse my mouth out. You want to rinse after this because it does have hydrogen peroxide in it. It's 3 or 4%. I did ask Gopa's office, and they said this is safe for us to use with our bridges. So yeah, don't let anybody else tell you otherwise, because you can use this and it's okay, they said. So those are things, that supplies that you would want. If there's anything else that I think of in the meantime, I'll put it down below. I'll put down the links to a lot of these products. A lot of them, like I said, I get on Amazon is what I do, but I will put down the links. So yeah, so I think that is about it. If you have any comments, let me know, and I will answer them. I try to look, a couple times a day on here to make sure that I can, answer everybody's comments. If you have a subject, somebody did write in a subject that we're going to call or cover in a week or two, and it's on how to choose your teeth, how to choose the colors versus the shape, things like that. So we're going to talk about that in a couple of weeks, is what we will do. So if you have any suggestions on what you would like to know about or learn, or you want me to talk about and stuff, let me know. Comment below. You know what to do here, guys. Hit the little subscribe button to subscribe to my channels. You'll be notified every time there's a new video that comes up. I try to do them at least twice a month is what I do. And then, of course, within time, especially if I don't have any subject matter, then it will get less and less that I will be doing these videos. But I will keep track and keep you guys up on it as I go throughout the years. I want you to know how I'm doing throughout the years is what I would like. So, like this, if you would like, watch it, do whatever you want with it. I don't care. I try to do this for you guys because I know that there was not a lot that I found before I had my surgery done. So I'm hoping that I give you guys enough information to make your adjustments, your surgery, your post-op, all that stuff really easy. That's what I want. We have a wonderful, wonderful smile that we just got from Gopa. I love the Gopa smile. I do not get paid for any of this. I do not sell any of this. All of this is because of how I feel about the Gopa smile and what they had done for me in my life, and I want that for you. I know how much this will change your life. So yeah, so if you know of anybody that is thinking of getting dentures, implants, whatever, let them know about my channel. If there's people that are very anxious, that are scared to death of dentists, that have a phobia of dentists, for sure let them know about my channel and let them watch the first half of those videos before I went to go to surgery. Because it makes a big difference. Trust me, I have been there. I know it makes a very big difference. So until next week, everybody have a wonderful, wonderful 2 weeks. And guys, keep on smiling, especially those that have already had their Gopa smile. Smile a lot and let everybody see that wonderful smile that they gave you. Okay? Guys, have a wonderful time. We will talk later.